Yes, hopefully. Fingers crossed.
All right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to our Taneytown Athletic Association meeting for November 12th. I guess we will start with association reports. So whoever would like to go first, please come on up.
Hi, Chris Deal from the FSK Junior Eagles football. We had a good season. The season is over for us. We had 8 teams. Our 7U team made the playoffs. They didn't make it past the first round, but at least we had one team in the playoffs. Carroll County Football League is a pretty competitive league. That's the league we're in. It's interesting, that league, there's only like 5 teams from Carroll County. The other ones are larger teams, right, like Olney and things of that nature. But we still had a good season. So, and then our 13U played in a turkey bowl after the season was over, and they did a good job. So that was all the teams that didn't make the playoffs. They still got to play one more week. So we're really excited about the off season now and kind of gearing up for our next board. For next year to see how things go. We had a really good year financially, so we're going to be able to keep registrations down to probably keep that around that 200 again for next year, which we're excited about. We had a really cool homecoming this year. We went all out. I don't know if you guys had a chance to see the field, but we had eagles painted on the end zones and FSK in the middle. It had a lot of big boom balloon decorations. And all the kids' families kind of did a little decoration sign. So on the one fence, there was at least probably, 80 different signs of kids play, just celebrating them as players. So that was really kind of neat. That's about all I've got. We had a good season, and we just want to thank the city because you guys do such a good job at taking care of us. Anytime we email you guys with stuff about the field or property stuff, you guys are on it and you take care of it for us, and we're just so thankful. So.
The inflatable tunnel that you guys got, was it second place in the photography contest?
Oh.
Yes, someone had taken a picture of all the little players running out from it onto the field.
Cool. Oh,
and
neat.
it won second place in the action category, yeah. So
Yeah, we've had some really generous sponsors that have really been able to help us do some of those things here.
Fun. Thank you so much.
All right.
Hello.
Hi, Tisha Tracy Miller for baseball. Fall season is complete as well. We hosted the Zombie Fest tournament in the first weekend in October, went very well. We had both concession stands open. People were very happy with how things were run, and we got a lot of compliments on our fields and how good everything was here. Everybody likes to come to Taneytown. So in the spring, then we're going to have another big tournament, and I think this really helped to kind of get us back on the map with that. So that one's the one in the spring is much larger than this. So we're looking forward to that. Let's see. Spring registration is open now. It goes through January 31st. We have new signs that we've ordered. I don't know if they've come in yet or not. I'm not sure. And we have a QR code on it to make it a little easier for people to register as well. Let's see.
Did you get the sign permit back from
I did
Andrea?
not. I was going to ask
I'll make a
about
note
that. Yeah.
Follow up with them.
Okay. Anyone who is interested in coaching in the spring, we're asking that they come to our meeting on January 25th. Mandatory. It really is necessary to be there, just to go over rules, and we're going to have everyone sign a code of conduct as well. So we want to make sure that anyone that's interested, even assistant coaches, if you're interested in being an assistant coach on your team, to please come to that on January 25th. And with the registration, again, we're doing the discount cards. So we will have discount cards as soon as we know, have them printed and we know what's going to be on it. We'll give them to you for the website then. So
Okay, perfect. Yeah.
that's about all I have.
Thank you for addressing the code of conduct I think
Yes.
that's great.
Yeah.
For the
We
coaches
want
to
to make
have
sure
that.
everyone signs it when you register your child, but, it's very easy to just click, click, click. And we've decided that it's important for people to actually see a physical paper, go over it with them, and have them sign it and have an actual signature on it. So, yeah.
Any questions? No, we're good. Thank you so much. Might as well. That's right.
All right, I'm Kyle from FSK Soccer. We just finished our fall season with 467 players. 2 of our teams went to the championship and won, or I'm sorry, 3 teams went to the championship. 2 of them won, our U10 boys and U12 girls. Our senior elite boys team is just starting, so they will be in a tournament coming up soon. Those are the high school players that just finished their season. And then we are looking to extend fields to find more fields for more space. So I think we're gonna look at using some more of the schools, possibly Runnymede, and I believe there was one other one that they mentioned, but I can't remember. And then our spring registration is opening on January 10th.
Got to do it again.
Right, yeah.
Take a breath and then, yeah. Any questions for soccer?
Our soccer board is taking the month of December off, so
Good.
taking a slight break.
Yeah, that's good. You help deserve it. All right.
Okay.
All right. We're going to run into just old business.
We've got a couple of updates.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Lorena has field hockey and lacrosse.
Yes, so for field hockey, they concluded their season on October 26th. They had a great end-of-season tournament. They are playing indoor in Gettysburg for a middle school league. They have 8 girls who are going to be moving up to the high school level next year, and they are in need of a few coaches next year. So if anyone is interested in coaching girls field hockey, reach out to FSK Junior Eagles Field Hockey. That's that for field hockey. For lacrosse, short and sweet, spring 2026 registrations now open through January 31st, and they have a try-it clinic on December 28th at Carroll Indoor.
All right, now we'll go into old business to get an update on Memorial Park expansion project. Fingers crossed.
I wish I had better news. I know. We are still waiting on approval from State Highway and Forest Conservation. State Highway emailed back some immediate comments, which Arrow, the engineer, addressed and then resubmitted. So State Highway is still reviewing everything. Forest Conservation rejected it again, and there were a couple of repeat comments on their letter, meaning that Arrow didn't rectify from one review letter to the next submission. So a couple of the points I completely agree with. Forest Conservation stated that black walnut trees had no business being in this, and nobody wants that. Who wants walnuts rolling around near the fields?
yeah,
Right,
fields, right.
exactly. Eastern red cedars in the bioretention areas, no. They get very big, and no, you don't want that. So, not sure what's going on there, but they're reaching out to Forest Conservation to get some recommendations, some advice, and get on track there so that hopefully it can get that approved. Arrow is preparing and will be submitting a permit application to MDE because we have to have a culvert underneath that connector road where it's going to come in off of Frederick Street. There's a little streamlet that comes off of the St. Joseph Church property, and then there's a drain that already goes underneath the Renahan property, and then there's an outfall on the other side of that. So we obtained an easement with the Renahans so that we can put in the new culvert under the road, and then we're going to be redoing the drainage pipe that goes underneath their property over to the outfall. Yes. Once everything was examined between the where the new road is gonna go and where the existing outfall is, it was determined that that had to be done, so. Yeah, but all of that aside, hopefully, we will still be able to get everything taken care of, get those approvals, get the planning commission to approve it and sign off on it, and then release that RFP after we convey the easement deeds to the county for floodplain and forest conservation. Hoping that we get that RFP released late winter for spring construction start date. So, we'll see. We're going with the natural grass fields. I want to go with a Bermuda hybrid that's cold tolerant, just because it grows denser, thicker, and can be cut lower. That's the important thing, is being able to cut it lower. It's more resilient. So regardless of what grass is planted out there, we're going to have to wait until the fields get established before we get cleats out there on them and everything. So not sure how it's going to play out once the construction is finished and those seeds are planted in. We'll see what the timing looks like. But it's coming eventually. Eventually we'll have it. We'll have that access. Again, Morton Building's ready to go. The activation contract, which is the actual construction contract of that building, is on the agenda for council to approve this month. Now, they've already approved, of course, the design contract and everything, but this is the construction contract. Once that's approved and signed, the price is locked in through 2026. So we need to do that, so we aren't facing any more increases, because the cost for that building has increased substantially since we first started working on this project. Luckily, we've got those grant funds, so they'll almost cover the cost of the building.
Great.
But I wish I had better news on that. I really do. I'm so sorry. Between State Highway and that sidewalk and
Yeah. Yeah. Does anybody have any questions for Lorena in regards to that at all? Okay. Here.
no, that's what they were going to plant there. Yeah, for reforestation. Yeah, there's a tree planting area on the back side of the property that we're going to have to remove for the bottom field back there. So we have to plant trees elsewhere, and we're fitting that in, and then we're going to be also planting some trees in the open road frontage area of Bollinger Park there, between Piney Creek and 194. There's an open grassy area, about 3 acres. So we'll use that area as well. That'll count. Yeah, just not good choices on the trees. I'm not sure. Yeah. I know. Yeah. I don't get it either. I don't know. Right. Yeah. I mean,
Seriously, I'm not a, yeah.
let's just trip
I'm
the
not a
kids up.
contractor, but that, I mean, it's just,
There's some walnuts down.
some choices are not great.
Are they native trees?
They are native, but I mean, come on. Why would you put black walnut trees near athletic fields? Right. Right, right. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Who knows?
Then we would have to worry about safety issues,
Oh
right?
boy.
With our-
Seriously.
With
Oh,
our
my
athletes,
gosh.
so,
The practice kicking the walnuts around the field. Anyway,
yeah.
so no, that's yeah.
All right, and
Different
then,
tree choices.
update on fiscal year assistance requests?
Yeah, so still need to finish up with a few organizations. Football, the rear door, we're taking that on. So one of my public works guys is looking into a couple of companies, contractors to get that done, to do that. Yes, we saw that, yeah. So I'm hoping whichever contractors we come in to show them, and we'll have somebody from your organization meet us there as well, so we can all get on the same page and what everybody's looking for and all that kind of stuff. So, the field paint, I think that, I got that, so that was taken care of. That check should have been mailed. Soccer, you still have about $1,350 left, so whatever you decide to do with that. Okay. Yeah, just in case, right. Softball, they're pending a self-help grant award status in spring. I think they're going for field dirt, so we'll help them out towards that. That's what their funds will be used for. And then baseball, you've got $2,925 left. Okay. Okay, all right. Okay, well, whenever y'all are ready, if y'all want to handle that, and then just give me the invoices, or have the company send the invoice, whatever, we work it out. Or if you guys want to pay it, and then I'll just reimburse you the $29.25 towards it. And field hockey's got $344 left, and that's it. That's it for that.
Okay.
I've got a question. How did the other organizations that put in for the self-help, how did they make out?
I haven't heard anything back. Softball was going to hit the fall cycle, but they missed it. They missed the deadline. So they're going to go for it in the spring.
I know there was a few that did get in for fall when we were talking at the
Yeah.
last meeting. So I was just curious as how, if they got
I haven't
awarded
heard-
what they were, were trying to get.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything. Nope. I know, well, softball didn't get it because they didn't apply. So again, they're going to apply in the spring, and fingers crossed they get that. But
All right, so new business. It's MOU time.
it is MOU time. I think we all agreed everything's pretty standard. We don't need to change anything. Does anybody have any concerns about the MOUs? So it'll just be a standard renewal. Then I'll just update the dates and send them out to you guys for your board presidents or whomever is a signatory to sign off on, get those back.
Okay. And then registration reports and financial
Right,
statements.
those are gonna be
for-
requested next month. Next month, I'll be sending out an email along with the, the MOUs, to get those, whatever you have, statements, reports, whatever you've got on that. For financials. Right. Yes. No, 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 we don't need
I
any.
think that was a request from.
That was a request
plan-
from a
was the
council member.
Or comprehensive, was it the
I-
comprehensive plan trying to
I
get an
do
idea?
think, yeah, I think it was in relation to the comprehensive plan
Yeah.
update. They wanted to know how many athletes were from in town versus how many were coming from out of town to use the facility. That question, I haven't been asked for it again, so let's not, we won't get into all that. Just numbers are fine, yeah,
Just the numbers this time, please, yeah.
yes.
Yeah, that was a little overwhelming, but thank you
was-
for complying about it. All right, and then the fiscal year assistance request for 2027.
Yes,
That's-
already rolling
It's
into
that
it.
time.
Sure is. All right, so they're going to be due by the end of next month. Our draft budgets are due into our finance department mid-February. So I'll need to get, and I'll send out an email about this, of course, wish lists in by the end of next month, end of December, so that way I can get pricing and plugged in on the lines.
So just when you thought you had December off.
There you go. There you go. You got a
Start
heads up on it now,
tomorrow.
right? Yes, indeed. Yeah. Yeah, and that's all I have on that. Right. Well, initially, yeah, so initially, if everyone remembers, we had discussed the methodology being based on registration numbers and operating budget. But because a couple of the organizations are smaller, they don't even have an operating budget, we had to take that out of the couldn't factor that in to come up with the percentage for distribution. So I think that's what we're gonna have to stick with registration numbers until everybody gets an operating budget.
Talk about as a board, but I
Right.
mean, that's kind of where we're headed in that.
Yeah.
Since 2027 is a little ways away, like maybe we can take those wish lists and match it up with like next fall's like self-help too, because I know not everybody, was able to put in or didn't put in, but if there's more wishes, then we can help with. By then, you'll know what you can do,
Right.
and then hopefully you can get some help from the county too.
That's true. Mm-hmm. True. And I know baseball has gotten self-help grant funding before. I know we've applied for, but got rejected, 3 times, yeah. I mean, it can't hurt to apply, really. I mean, funds to allocate, so.
Yeah, yeah. Working with a certain amount of budget too.
It goes like by like each rec council, so some can put in through here and some can put in through West Carroll, so we can hit it from both ends.
Right, right. Well, you can technically go under the Taneytown Athletic Association, right, list it and still apply for it.
That way, like some of the groups that aren't part of the rec council, be helpful. Try to get them through here, and then the ones that are with the rec council then can go through the rec council.
Right.
That way, everybody can get,
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Definitely worth a try. All right. So with that, does anybody have any questions for Lorena? Any more specific questions? If you do, if you could just come one up, though, we'll need to get you on a microphone. All right.
Anything? Nope.
Anybody on the board have questions for our association members? No? All right. All right, so with that, of course, Lorena's gonna email you the MOUs. But we're not scheduled to meet again until, I think it's January 14th. Is that what? January 14th. So right here, 6:30, January 14th, 2026. Amazing how time flies. So with that, you guys are good to go. So please get your rest for the month of December.
Yes.
And we'll see you in January. And happy holidays, guys.
Yes, happy holidays. Thank you guys for all you do.
Thank you. All right, we're gonna just roll on in here. So, welcome to our Parks and Recreation Advisory Board meeting for November 12th. All members are here. And did everybody get a copy of the minutes from October? Did everybody get a chance to look at those? If we have that, can I get a motion to approve the minutes from October 15th?
I'll make a motion.
I have a motion. Do I have a second? Do we have any questions, concerns, anything to address on those minutes? You're good, then all in favor of approving the minutes of October 15th, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right. All right, so I'm going to throw it back to poor Lorena, gets to talk a lot. So, I mean, we pretty much touched base on the Memorial Park expansion project, but if there's anything,
I don't think there's any additional information there, just keeping our fingers crossed that State Highway will approve and Forest Conservation comes back with some good information for Arrow, that they can update their Forest Conservation landscaping plan and get that
I
approval.
mean, is there a timeline that was given to them to kind of like make a decision and put it in as fast as possible again, or?
Well, state highway,
Well, I know.
obviously,
Yeah.
yeah, and forest conservation, I mean,
I'm just
willing
talking
to
about
help.
Arrow making
Oh,
that choice
oh.
and then, so we can get it pushed in
Right,
again, because
yes.
I feel like every minute.
I
now.
know, I
Tick,
know.
tick.
Oh, gosh, yeah, ka-ching. Seriously,
Yeah.
I don't know.
And
I
then-
do know that they are, it's at the top of their priority list, this project, so they are working on it. They're still giving their, every other week update, twice a month, so that's good, or if something, substantial happens. Kind of wish that they'd been in this kind of high gear 2 years ago.
From the start. It would have saved a lot of money.
No, just project kind of just they worked on it a little bit in the beginning, kind of got put on the back burner. There was some staffing changes, so I guess that could be an excusable for 2 years worth of delays. I mean, it's bad
Not when, yeah,
state
there's
highway
grant.
switches review consultants, during this time frame, and that's what's caused all of this, the
Right,
issue
it's-
with the sidewalk and everything. I know, yeah, really. That was-
Yeah. I mean, obviously, it's not our fault, but I mean, it's definitely costing us time and money at this point. So
Yes.
hopefully they'll jump on it. So, does anybody have any more questions regarding that expansion project at all?
Thank Lorraine or whoever's responsible for watching out for the right type of trees. As a,
Good.
I would say ex-coach, but I still find myself coaching softball.
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I would hate to see kids out on the field rolling around.
Oh my gosh, can you imagine? Yeah.
It's just going to be a disaster.
When I saw that, now I did not, when I saw the plans, I did not go through, item by item to see what shrubs and trees had been chosen. But when I saw Forest Conservation's review letter, I was like, what in the world? I had to go and look at the plan page. I'm like, oh my gosh, yes, there's a black walnut. What? Several of them. So it was,
Great that you were proactive.
well, that's Forest Conservation. I'm glad
Yeah.
they caught that.
I
yeah.
feel like at
Yeah.
this point in time, with everything that happens, yeah, you have to go through it, like with a fine tooth comb for everything.
Right.
Even though we think that we're hiring people that
Right.
going to make good decisions. Yeah,
Yeah.
so,
Yeah.
but no, I mean, it is what it is at this point. All right, general park improvements.
We have new pavilion floors at Roberts Mill, the pavilion's there. So Pavilion 1, that's the one closest to the building that we lease for Head Start. That just had gravel. And then the other one, the closest to the playground, had a concrete floor, but it was seriously cracked right through the middle, all along. So had that taken out, and we put in concrete floors on both of them. They look great. New rain gutters and downspouts as well on those, so they look really good. Additional cameras are being installed on the soccer shed, the big storage shed at Roberts Mill. So there's going to be 2 cameras, and they're going to be pointing out at the fields. So that I think will be helpful. I know
is
that
helpful.
because soccer, they do leave their goals and nets up for the community to use, but unfortunately that makes them susceptible to vandalism. So the additional cameras are necessary. I mean, just not only for that, but also, God forbid, if a young athlete gets injured or something like that, you just never know. You just want to have that.
Question about the
Security.
cameras. You said
Yes.
Roberts Mill.
Yes.
Last time I was at Roberts Mill, on a Sunday, I'm walking around. All of a sudden, I'm going to call them dirt bikes, but they were tagged, so they had to be street legal.
Uh-huh.
Drove all the way behind where the kids playground, across, down through the stormwater management pond, and out onto Roberts Mill Road.
Yeah.
I
I'm wondering if
I
this
was so surprised I couldn't even
Yeah.
find my phone
Yeah.
fast enough.
Well, I'm wondering if it's the same two that are rolling through Memorial occasionally. We've picked them up on our cameras there as well. They're just rolling in and then driving around on the football practice field and then back on the gravel
no.
road behind there and everything.
Adults. They did not look like kids. They
okay.
were full-size bikes.
Okay.
They weren't.
These look like teenagers, I would say, you know,
we've got
16,
a lot of kids
17.
in the in my side of Taneytown that are driving the small dirt bikes, no tags, no lights, no helmets, all over the place.
Oh, boy, yeah.
No, they're
They're gas
gas
fueled dirt bikes, yeah.
And they're, yeah, but these were full-size dirt bikes.
Well,
Came right across the fields. There were kids on the fields.
oh my gosh.
There were people fishing.
Oh, jeez.
I mean, there was people all over the place,
Yeah.
and
Ugh.
it was scary. 'Cause
Yeah. Well, again, more cameras for more footage there. And also, we're putting a couple more in at Memorial as well, trained on the center of the park, around the gazebo area, the playgrounds, the
Okay,
tennis
that's
courts.
good.
So that'll be good there. Yeah. Fern Rodkey is going to be cleaning out all of the field lighting poles at Roberts Mill Park because one of them caught on fire because rodents have been getting in there and making lovely little skyscraper penthouse nests up in those poles. And they nibble on the wiring. And I got a phone call from Kyle, one of their last games at night, and smoke just started pouring out of one of the light poles. And they thought it was the lights. They flipped, and the fire department came, and the ABC foam that they use couldn't even penetrate down through all the nesting. It was that thick. They called me to make sure that the power was off so that they could put water down in there. So Rodkey went out and inspected all of them. Every single pole has been inhabited and nesting materials in there. So they are taking off the light fixtures, taking the poles down, and these are 70-foot poles, cleaning them out, putting them back up, repairing any wiring that has been nibbled on, and then they're putting the light fixtures back up, of course, and then they're going to seal everything as much as they can. Fingers crossed to keep the rodents out from that happening again. I know, yeah.
Is there some kind of industrial strength mothballs or something we can put in there?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm serious.
Right, something, yeah, tossed down in there. I'm not sure, but it's not going to be cheap. It's going to be about $18,550. Have all of those poles cleaned out and rewired as necessary. Yeah, it's just because of all the labor that's involved with taking down the light fixture crossbars and everything, and then taking the poles down themselves, cleaning them out, putting them back up, putting the crossbars and the fixtures back up, and whatever wiring repairs necessary. It's amazing. Cute little critters can cause such damage, but it has to be done. It's a safety hazard. Let's see. Oh, and we're going to be installing some fox statues. Well, they're more like cutouts. They're like the metal cutouts at Bollinger Park. You know, the stag, the deer that's at the crossroads, the junction? Yeah, got a couple
Gonna
of
get friends.
foxes. Well, not there. It's going to be down, past the first boardwalk on the left, then it kind of bends around Horseshoes back, and it's a grassy area with a couple of big specimen trees there. Well, I got a fox. I got it off of Amazon, and I didn't look at the measurements very well. It looks like it's the size of a cat, so it looks pretty bad. It looks pretty pathetic out there. So I got 2 more that are actual, life size and everything, so they'll go out there. So it'll be a little fox family down there. At that, yeah. And then I've promised the Public Works guys no more at Bollinger. I promise, so we'll see. But that'll be nice, I think. And it's the same material as the deer, the stag. It's the metal silhouette cutout that's kind of got that rusted patina to it. Yeah. That's all I have on general park improvements.
Any questions for Lorena? All right. update on what's left of 2025
Yeah,
events?
yes. We only have a couple left. The Christmas tree lighting with the candy cane hunt, that's going to be on Saturday, December 6th, starting at 4:30 with the candy cane hunt. I do need volunteers to help hide the candy canes if anybody's available that day. Probably 3-ish, depending on how many volunteers there are. Hopefully it won't take us too long. I'm assuming we should just go with the same operation that we did last year, separated by age groups, and then not announce the special prize-winning candy cane color until we say ready, set, go. I think that worked decently last year. It was better than the year before where, you know, everybody knew that the blue candy canes were the prize winners and they were running around picking them
Yep.
up, you know, 30 minutes before
Probably
the hunt
that is
started.
the best, yeah.
Yeah, okay. And then we're gonna be decorating the park starting next Wednesday. Public Works and Mackenzie and I are gonna be out there. We're just gonna keep it simple. Some decorations up on the tennis court fence. We're gonna decorate the gazebo, of course, and a few decorations around in the vicinity. And then, of course, we'll decorate the 2 trees. Our little baby spruce out there. But, well, it'll grow eventually.
Got Santa's set, he's got it
Yes, yep.
on
mhm.
his calendar to come
Yep,
and visit us.
Santa will be arriving at 5:30.
Okay,
I'm lining up the carol singing. And we've got our food trucks. We've got Husky Hut Coffee, Wetzel's Pretzels, R&D Eats, and Coast to Coast Grill. So, yeah, I think we'll be, help us stay warm.
yeah, have like seating for Santa too, because I don't,
Yes.
is Judy helping?
Uh-huh.
Okay,
Yes, yes, she donated the chair.
Okay,
So,
perfect.
Yep, so we have that chair and the rug and everything,
Good.
so we should be all set there.
awesome.
And we'll, seeing if one or two of the Public Works guys can do the wagon rides again for us this year, so we'll see if we do that. And then the holiday decorating contest is going to open on December 1st. The deadline to register is December 12th. And again, just like the Halloween contest, if we can split up the addresses, you guys go and take pictures, and then I'll compile them all into one document, send them out to you guys for your judging. You're gonna choose first, second, and third, just like the Halloween decorating contest. And the prizes will be the same. Choice of gift cards from local businesses. You know what? Everybody from our Halloween decorating contest chose Food Lion because of the cost of groceries these days. Thanksgiving came, coming
Yeah,
up. They were thrilled. They
absolutely.
were like, "Can we have Food Lion? Like, we can have whichever business you want if it's in
That's
Taneytown."
awesome.
Yeah, so it helped them out. And
Yeah.
thank you all very, very much for your help on the Halloween decorating contest and the photography contest. Yeah, there were a lot of great pictures that came in. It must have been terribly hard for you guys. I was going through it and I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah,
I did, yes. Yep, announced that out on the Parks and Rec Facebook page. And the ones that got some votes but didn't have enough to be a prize winner, I listed them as honorable mentions. They were posted out there as well. A lot of waterfowl pictures from Roberts Mill Park. I should just post all those pictures in an album, Pond life at Roberts Mill
I
Park.
mean, that is the hardest to judge because
Yes.
each one is
Yeah.
so different.
Mm-hmm.
So it's hard to pick, like, oh, my favorite 3 or what are
Right.
what we.
Yes. Yeah.
So that is the challenge. But each one of those pictures were
Yeah.
pretty amazing.
There were
so
some
thank you
really,
to
really
the
good
community for turning them in so we get to look at them. But thank you.
And that's all we've got left for this year. Christmas tree lighting and the holiday decorating contest.
Exciting. All right, and then any additional miscellaneous updates that we?
Yes. So the bands for Winefest. The Reagan years, I guess they used to be reasonably priced, because when I asked them, they said that they don't do any shows for less than $7,000.
Oh,
Yeah. and it'd be an extra 2,000 if they had to provide their own sound production, which we're asking.
Wow.
So unfortunately,
That won't be happening.
well,
Unless somebody from the community would love to donate.
so, well, I went ahead and I booked the other two. Making Waves is going to play from 11 to 1, and then Spellbound will play from 2 to 4. So we'll have
Enough
fun
time for
events,
them
do a
to
DJ for the hour in between when
Yeah.
they do the set change, the stage change,
Yeah.
whatever, yeah.
All right.
So that's, and I think combined with the two of them, we're spending as much as we spent on the tribe last year, which comes out to, let's see, 3,200 total for both of them, which is, well, it's better than 7,000, so. I mean, I know that the Reagan years would bring people in,
But
but
it's
with
not,
the
you don't
free
have-
admission for general, you know what I mean? We wouldn't recoup any of that investment because people who just want to see them will just come in and
Right,
sit there
see
and,
them, yeah.
you know, enjoy the show. Maybe a percentage of them might go and buy a ticket to go do some tastings or whatever, but maybe not. So, plus we have to buy glasses this year. We have to buy tasting glasses. So that was an expense that we had to factor in. Last year, or this past year, we came out ahead a little bit over, 2,000, I think it was, but we didn't have to order any glasses. So, consider that expense this year. Yeah. Oh, and also, several notes, as you all know, were made on that community comprehensive plan update from the Parks and Rec perspective. Some of them didn't make it in time for the draft that the Planning Commission reviewed at the last community comprehensive plan workshop. But they got all of the notes, they are making the changes, and they are hoping to have that ready. They said they're going to have all the changes incorporated into their next draft, but I'm not sure if that's going to be ready for review at their next workshop. The next workshop is this Tuesday. So maybe it'll be ready by then, maybe not, but eventually we'll get in there. So I know the city and planning commission perhaps not as happy as they could be with the subcontractors' work from Arrow. I think that's Castle Valley, just with the time.
It has been a lengthy time frame to get this done. Every change to the draft, re-review and.
Yes, yeah, not sure. But anyway. So that's all I have on additional miscellaneous updates.
Okay. Any questions for Lorena? Good? Okay. New business. All right, let's talk about our post events with Birds and Bourbon at Bollinger.
That went really well. It was held on Saturday, October 18th, and the weather was gorgeous. I was so thrilled with the weather. Got a really great weather day for that event. We sold all 20 tickets. 2 weren't able to attend, but we sold the tickets. They weren't intending to attend, but a medical situation came up. So anyway, and everybody there reportedly, they said they had a great time. So looking forward to it again. Special thanks to Cedar Hedge for decorating. It was beautiful. And you'll see our little profit loss statement. This year we came out ahead $65.60. So we did not need to use the $400 that we budgeted for the event. So we covered our cost of the bourbon and the instructors and the liquor license and
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, not really intended to be a big money maker,
No,
but.
as long as it pays for
to break-
itself.
Yeah.
Yes.
To break even.
Right, exactly.
little
And
bit
it's
more
good
is
because, yeah, the fact that we don't need to use the $400 that we had budgeted for it, that we can use towards Wine Fest expenses or
Right,
something else.
Exactly.
Candy canes, I don't know, that kind of stuff. So I think it went really well. I think we should continue to do it and roll with it again next year.
I think it's a good event.
I'm in favor of it,
Sell out.
but.
Okay, we'll keep it on. That's all I have on that one.
All
Want
right,
me to just keep rolling?
sure.
Okay.
Go down.
All right, Tales of Taneytown Trunk or Treat. That was held on Saturday, October 25th. These went well. The weather was a little chilly, but it was still very well attended. We had 24 pets registered. We had, they were all so cute. Kathy was one of the judges. It must have been really hard, again, just judging on that as well. Gosh, tough decisions. We had glitter tattoos and a petting zoo, and the animals were so cute with the costumes. Mayor Pro Tem Rachel Miller led the parade, and the judges were Commissioner Joe Vigliotti, Mayor Christopher Miller, Jody Narawansky from Thunderhead Bowl, one of our sponsors, and also put on the trunk or treat, and our own Kathy Watson. Many thanks to them and to our sponsors, Thunderhead Bowl and Buddy's Place, and to our volunteers in Public Works and assisting and making sure the event went really well. And Main Street facilitated the mini pumpkin painting in Pavilion 1. There were lots of trunks, I think more so this year than in past years. So Jody was very happy with the trunk or treat portion of it. I think everything was well attended. I think everybody had a really good time.
What it's all about. Kids have fun. Adults get to have fun looking at cute pets,
Yeah.
dressed up. All right. Community survey?
Yeah, so it's time for our biennial community survey. So we put these out every other year. So we're coming up on our turn. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull together the questions that we've done in the past, maybe throw in a couple of new ones. I'm going to email those to you guys for you to review. And if you have any suggestions, any suggested questions, you throw those in there. And then we're going to put that out live on our Facebook page beginning of January. And we'll discuss the results at our February meeting, the results that have come in by then. If we do it at the beginning of January, it gives us a month and a couple of weeks to get a decent number of, I think, results by then, so. But I'll leave it open in case anybody wants to jump on and take the survey,
Yeah. I mean, I think it would be good to have that because, obviously they asked some questions about in the comprehensive plan survey, but it wasn't that specific. So
No.
it'd be good to actually listen to the community
yes,
or specific what they want to see.
right,
Um,
exactly.
Any questions in regards to that? Budget prep.
Yes, like I said on the TAA meeting, draft budgets are going to be due mid-February, so be reviewing various maintenance and improvement items and putting together some costs and getting all of that pulled together, and then, pull the athletic organizations items in. Again, our biggest three budget line items are always going to be the same: events, maintenance, and materials. So, not exactly sure how much we're going to be able to do for fiscal year 2027. I know on the capital improvement program, we have 2 full playground replacements slated, one at Roberts Mill Park and one at Flickinger Park. But Memorial Park expansion, I don't know what that price tag is going to come in at. I am thinking we may have to push the playgrounds, till FY '28.
I mean, they're not in.
No.
It's our normal rotation.
Exactly,
So they're
right.
not in disrepair.
Right, yeah, we try to be proactive, not
Yes, not
reactive.
reactive,
Right,
love that.
exactly, like, okay, we might have another year or 2 left on this playground, we're gonna replace it. So if we have to push, then. Yes, yeah. Right. Yes, we inspect the playground, well, we inspect all the parks, but the playgrounds especially get a lot of attention twice a year, in the spring and in the fall. Excuse me, so we stay on top of, missing bolts or, loose fixtures, or what have you. But obviously, especially with plastic components, just normal weather and wear and tear, they just start to break down after a while, so there's not much about that. And the other thing, unfortunately, these days, as we saw with the Memorial Park tot lot, you don't get as much for your money these days. That's a decent-sized playground at Roberts Mill Park, and when that goes out, I think on the CIP, I think we budgeted $175,000 for that one. We'll see how far that stretches. I don't know. Some components will stay there, like the little tunnel thing, the tunnel climber, and of course the xylophone, the musical instrument. The swings, they could probably stay. So we might just replace the main unit. We'll see. I'll have to get pricing on it, and we'll just have to see where we are.
Real part, yeah. It's gonna take everything we have.
That's gonna take everything.
Are we in agreement as a board that, obviously, money's gonna go to Memorial Park, so if we have to push a playground to another fiscal year, are we good with that, just to bump it? The playgrounds look really good, and again, Lorena's in that, she's proactive, not reactive, so,
Yeah, it's good to, I don't know.
But obviously, we need to
hold
get
on to it for a
Memorial
little
Park,
while, so.
we've invested this energy and time, and want to make sure it becomes a reality, so,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah, the funding for the Memorial Park expansion is going to come from 3 sources. One, grant funding, almost $1 million from the grant funding. We have a little over $200,000 in our restricted funds account. That gets fed by park impact fees. So when a developer builds a house, they pay the park impact fees, it goes into that account, and we can use that then on capital projects. Without growth, we don't have any impact fees going in, so we're not gonna drain that account on the expansion project, because we need to have a little something in there, keep the account open and as a cushion, maybe, I don't know, 20,000, I don't know, we'll see, discuss that with the treasurer. The third source is the general fund, which is taxpayer revenue. And the restricted funds, that's dedicated for parks. Can't be used for police or public works or anything. General fund, well, that can be used by any department. So we're kind of on the bottom of the totem pole there. Obviously, public safety, public infrastructure, and then parks. And that's fine. That's, the way it should be. But we are entailed on this project with the grants. So we need to do it.
Yep.
So we're going to have.
Okay. All right. Any questions? We're good? All right. Our council representative isn't here. I know that, I think he said he wasn't going to be here, so that's
Right.
fine. Is there any reports from council that
I
need
have
to be
not
addressed?
heard anything.
Okay.
No, no. I think Nick is still on vacation.
Okay. I hope he's enjoying. So I'm just gonna go down the line, if that's okay, if there's any comments.
I just have one question. When it comes to that Memorial Park expansion and the pulling the money from the 3 different areas, you got to a point where the cost went up and the grant plus the money in the park budget, there wasn't enough allocated from the general fund to cover the difference. Like, what would be the result? Like, what would be the next action plan there? Like, could we do some kind of like community fundraiser, or like you know, like, what is the, like, the next step, I guess?
Yeah,
Like,
that's a good question. I mean, we might have to. We'll have to see.
I mean, you know, if it's $50,000 or something, and like, and it's more than, like, you know, they can budget from that, you know, I'd hate to see the whole project get held up over,
Right,
you know, an amount that maybe could be raised or
right.
whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. That is a good question. Just a quick note on the grant source. We front that cost and we get reimbursed. So the grant portion of the funding, that's going to be coming out of general fund first. And then once we get reimbursed, that money will go back into the general fund. So, yeah, if it's going to end up being a $2 million project, then all but 200,000 of it is going to be coming out of general fund. And then almost $1 million of the grant reimbursement will go back into general fund. They're paid and we get the grant checks. Yeah. Unfortunately, they're not front-loaded grants.
Practical to replace what you can and have and maybe leave.
Phase it? Phase it, you mean? The project itself? Well, it has been discussed before. The one thing that we could cut at this point and phase it later is the lighting. The field lighting is going to be expensive, most expensive thing after, you know, the building. But the whole well, I don't want to say the whole purpose. The majority of the reason for putting this expansion in was to have lighted athletic fields.
Don't have to wait for it to, you know, build it and they will come. I mean, and wait for the grass to set. That's another possible year, right?
True.
Yeah, I mean, if they can't play soccer that fall, then it's gonna be a whole year,
It's gonna, yeah, for it to,
so.
so we're looking at another possible, yeah.
Right.
Cost of all of this too is
Uh,
the architecture fees, the plans, the
I'm
construction
not-
cost is one, but the.
Yeah,
the-
I'm not
all the other
even,
fees.
I'm not even talking about what we have already spent on engineering. Yeah, I'm thinking 2 million construction. Yeah, so, I mean, it's gonna be a lot of asphalt work, a lot of concrete work. The grading's not gonna be that expensive, you know, and we're using grass seed, not plugs, which will lengthen the time for the field establishment, but will end up saving a substantial amount of money. I wish we could afford sod and just roll it down, you know, and sprinkle it and woo, good to go, you know? Yeah. Not on four fields. That's a lot.
Any other thoughts or comments about it? Want the go-ahead, I guess, at this point, right? Just so we can deal with
Right.
whatever we can as a group and just try to figure out, I guess, what the best way to handle the finished product.
Yes.
Okay.
No, I was just curious, because
Yeah.
like, it's not just for that project. I mean, there's a lot of things that we want to do that's not always in the budget. So I wasn't even sure, like, are we even allowed to do that? Like, have a fundraiser to raise money for stuff? Like, I mean, you know, like, if you're the baseball program, you don't have enough money coming in, you have fundraisers and
Right.
you get money. So like, as the town, you know, in the Parks and Recs, like, there's things that we want to do and we don't have enough money for it. Like, if there's people out there that are adamant about wanting it done, they can open up their wallets and donate.
Right.
Like, you know, do some kind of fundraiser and be able to add to the budget.
Right. It is true.
Said we're not going to get any more money until there's like expansion going on in the town for the impact fees. So maybe
Yeah.
get some money in some other way.
Right. Well, and the other thing too, we can seek corporate sponsorship. Now, that would mean putting corporate names on things, fields, lights, building, whatever.
Hey, at this point.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if we could get
We've got some big corporations around this town, I'm sure they would help.
Worth reaching out to them and saying if, you know,
yeah.
Yep.
yes. They sponsor our wine festival too, so yeah. Yeah. Reach out and see how receptive they are to something.
Well, I mean, it's one thing. Like, I mean, it's great that they help with that, but I'm talking about like a larger scale.
Yes.
You know, like $100,000 donation.
Oh, I don't know.
Like,
Can't hurt to ask. Yeah.
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 but I mean, not just to pick on them, but I mean,
Right.
I know they're a profitable company, like,
Yeah.
and they've been in this community a long time, and you know, good PR for them, and put their name on something and
Right.
donate some money. So
Yes, exactly. The other thing too, now, when we started this project, I thought that maybe we'd be able to afford to purchase some basic kitchen equipment for the organizations. The industrial stove and ice maker, ice machine, whatever, refrigerator, freezer, that kind of thing, just the basics. And if they wanted other things, of course, they could provide those themselves. But I don't know if I'm at that point anymore. I mean, honestly, guys, the way that the budget's rolling out on this project, I mean, we've already had to strip everything that we can from the building itself. So that could be another sponsorship opportunity. Help us buy a stove for the athletic organizations or something.
Athletes.
Oh, gosh. On
I
all
mean,
of them?
that are part of Taneytown's youth leagues.
I mean, soccer
Yeah.
just said they had
Soccer,
over
400.
400 kids.
Yeah.
Are we
In just
talking-
one season, they have 800 a year just in soccer. Baseball is, I think they're 200 and something per season, so they're probably at about 400, so.
Why couldn't every sport that's going to use these fields add $10 to their registration fee? And that $10 goes toward Parks and
Equipment.
Recs.
Right.
To this expansion. $10 when you're signing kids up for, I mean, parents are used to spending, what,
Right, $10
So
more
if
dollars isn't
you've
gonna
got
break.
Right.
1,000 or 2,000 kids registering, and only $10, and that $10 is designated as going back to this park fund,
Right.
would that be an unreasonable thing to?
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah,
don't
I
think
mean,
it's
that's something
unreasonable.
could be added in with the MOUs that they have to give us $10 a kid and they just pass it on through the registration and 1,000 kids at $10, it's $10,000 in your budget. You're gonna sink it back into the fields
Back into the
anyway.
program, yeah.
so-
And if it became a standard thing, yes, to help us get through the Memorial Park expansion, but it would also be money to maintain those fields. That $10 is going to help with the expansion, that $10 is going to help maintain things over time. Because like you said, unless we have more new construction, which, we're not going to have this replenished, that $10 a kid would help us. It's just a
Right.
thought.
No, I think that's a great idea. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna make a note to email the organizations that are gonna be using the expansion, and the expansion kitchen. We definitely know that soccer will be lacrosse, field hockey. So I'm not sure if cheer's going to be using the kitchen. It's been a year and a half since we discussed who was going to be using what. I don't think cheer is going to be using the kitchen. They're using the building, yes, specifically that middle room with the high ceilings for their indoor camps and practices and such. So, um, but, I mean, it's possible. We'll see.
Probably an off-the-wall question, but the new building, have an air handler unit from the company down the street?
That is a good question, Brian.
That'd be good PR.
I'm not sure if the HVAC units are going to be coming from. I don't. Are those industrial size? I don't.
No, it'd probably be good to at least ask them if they do that kind of thing. At least we'd be in their good graces.
Right, yeah, yeah, really, yeah, indeed. Yeah. And the other thing too, with the kitchen, the basic kitchen appliances, I mean, we could always go to, the big box stores and ask for, give us the dinged up floor models, whatever, as long as they work. I mean, as long as they're safe and there's a warranty, we'll take them. And we'll just throw it in for just bigger discount, it doesn't hurt to ask, to go and find out. I mean,
I have a contact at Home Depot, so
Okay. That sounds good.
I would even charge, like, if we do the thing with charging for the registrations, like even the sports that aren't going to be using the fields directly, but they're being impacted because like now they don't have to share their space.
Right.
So like football, like they're not going to have to give up their practice field anymore because use the practice field will have a space. Like softball was always having to give up their fields for soccer. They won't have to do that anymore. So, like, I wouldn't just limit it to the sports that are going to be just using the fields because they're all going to be impacted. They're all, like, even if they're not using the fields, they're still getting back, like, all full use of their own fields.
Right.
Which was part of the original discussion
Yeah.
of why it was important to put in what we're putting in there.
Right.
That's just going to be that many more registrations that you could get to $10.
Right. That is true.
I know, like, if you're, like, Westminster's classes that they, there's fees to take the classes. Even though the instructor sets how much the fee is, a certain percentage of every fee goes back to
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, really, that's what we're kind of, it's kind of the same thing.
Right.
And I mean, really, if, like I was saying, is if you're paying $200 for your kid to play soccer, $210 is probably not going to make a parent not sign up.
Right. Huh.
I just,
Sure.
I just know what my daughter and son-in-law spend on.
I know Cheer has already been fundraising for that not springboard, a spring floor for that middle room. So,
Well, even like, football reported, I mean, they've got some extra funding, so they're lowering the cost of registrations, which is great. But even if their offset was that, like, they didn't have to raise their prices, they just paid it out with their own budget. But, it is nice to try to keep the prices down, but at the same time, like, we do have to pay for stuff, so.
the other consideration too is taking that pool of money that we allocate to the athletic organizations for their wish list items and just for a couple of years, just dedicating that towards the expansion project.
Amount to each person, or we could withhold that wish list money and have them be part of the decision, so that there's no hard feeling, and
It's a good idea. What do you guys think about that?
Definitely talk to them in January when
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. we'll have time.
reconvene, for sure.
Okay.
I've been an advocate since I've been on this board about them getting money from the county, and I'm glad that some of them did put in, but it irritates me every year when there's all these sports and then none of them went to the county, none of them took the time to put the
Yeah.
money in, and then we need money. Okay, well, you had an opportunity to get some free money and you didn't do it.
Right, right.
You know?
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't feel bad, like, because I was on a board that we did it every year, and we got lots of money from the county for years and years and years. So
Yeah.
when they don't do it, and then they don't have enough money,
And then they
they
want
don't
something.
get that
yeah.
sympathy, pity from me, like, like, it's like,
Yeah.
we tell you every year that there's an opportunity there, like,
For a grant, yeah.
They apply for self-help, what does it have to be used for?
They have to delineate their project in the grant application. So if it's something as simple as field dirt, you just list out the details and here's the quote, or, or quotes. They want to see multiple quotes, from different companies or what have you. And then you lay it out. Here's how much it's going to cost. Here's the organization's 10% towards it. And this is what they're looking for from the county. Generally how that goes, yeah.
I mean, there's a cap, like, you can apply for up to like 25,000.
Yeah.
25,000, and that's per rec council. So if you have 3 or 4 sports and they all go in together, it could be 5,000 for each sport or whatever it breaks down to. The years that we applied, no other sport went in, so we applied for it all and was awarded it many years in a row. Like, we got $20,000 from the county. We had to pay the other 5. That's the way it was. But we got dirt, we got all kinds of stuff. And now the county has a budget that they set for the amount that they give out. Like, so if all the other rec councils are putting in, every rec council may not get the full 25,000 if, they only go up to whatever their budget is. But like I said, for years in a row, like, through TAA, the baseball program got $20,000 from the county. So like I said, it just irritates me when you got all these different organizations and we're not at least applying for $25,000.
Right.
Like, I mean, we might not get awarded it, but at least
Try for
it
it.
should be being applied
Yeah.
for. And then the county does it twice a year. The big one is in the fall. If they go through the whole budget, then they don't put any more out in the spring. But if they don't go through the whole budget, then there'll be some money left in the spring. So it's important to do the fall one. I hope softball, like you said, they didn't get in time, so they're gonna apply for the spring. Hopefully there'll be something left for them, but there may not. They may have to wait till next fall again.
Yeah, it depends.
Have anything? All right. So this is actually our last meeting of the year. We too take December off to rest. However, of course, we'll be busy with Santa coming on December 6th, so we'll be busy with that. But as far as that, we are off in December, and we will reschedule our January meeting for January 14th. The Athletic Association is first, and then we'll roll into our meeting. So with that, we do wish our residents very happy holiday season and a great new year, and we look forward to putting on events for everybody in 2026. Yes, before I...
I had one quick question. When you asked for volunteers
Will you, Jerry? Yeah, okay. Anybody else? You come hide some
I'm
candy
hoping
canes?
to
I'll
be there.
probably be
Okay.
there. Yeah,
Probably
Okay.
wouldn't make it until 4, but I'll be there.
okay,
Okay, all right. And I'll send out a follow-up email as well. Yeah.
okay. So with that, if we don't have anything else to discuss, I will take a motion to adjourn. You have a motion, do I have a second?
Second?
Second. All in favor of adjourning, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right, that's a wrap for 2025. Thank you again, and we will see you next year. Thank you.